I'm back live for a minute. I'm gonna look for a dungeon, see if I can find one. Uh, and see what happens here. This is a stream that may or may not end up getting posted at all. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll see if I end up finding something to do. Because I gotta be honest, playing this game by myself is just not fun anymore. So, I mean, obviously I've had Procon to play with here recently. Um, doesn't look like he's coming on tonight, which is, obviously okay. But he's really the only one that I've been playing with, and I just don't fucking I just don't dig this game by myself anymore. It's just I don't know that it's worth my time. It's not that I can't play by myself. It's just I play this game and I stream for me, obviously, because I enjoy it, but without an interaction of people in some way, shape, or form, I'm not going to really be seeing much of a reason to do it. So I'm watching for a group right now. I mean, let's see here. I guess I can edit this. And I don't know why they're all selected. So let's select Temple, Blackrock, Lower. We'll just select all of these. See if anybody's finding or anybody setting up any groups for any of these. And that's what we'll look for in there. I can't read that, so I don't even know what it means. Just kind of wait and see here and see if anything pops up at me, but yeah, I don't know. Who portrayed Batman the most accurately? Michael Keaton. But for me, it was second. But for me, second was Ben Affleck. I liked what Ben Affleck did with Batman. I thought he was good. I thought the Zack Snyder DC universe was good. They shouldn't have blown it up. And really, honestly, it was probably better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe done ran its course. It's mostly done. Deadpool will probably be good, but ain't much else coming out from Marvel that I even have any interest in whatsoever. Sorry, it's kind of random off topic, but I ain't really seeing any groups pop up either. Hey, what's up, Carp? should almost just go to a just chatting format on my stream. I'll just stop playing games, start doing something else. I don't know. WoW is so fucking dead. Excuse me. I know. I mean, but the unfortunate part of that, Carp, is this is kind of when I can be on during the week. You know, the only time I can be on, this is the only time of the day I can be on during the week. Now, mind you, I did get on at about 1, but there was, nobody around. And mind you, 1 is still 2 your time. That's as early as I can get on during the week because of my work schedule, so there's really nothing I can do. It's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. Even when I was getting on earlier during my time off, it was. Let's put it this way. Remember, I don't know if you would remember or not, but a little bit ago I got a an epic drop on a hardcore, and I have tried to sell that at some ridiculously cheap prices, and it just won't sell. And it's not because it's a bad piece. It's because there's nobody out there. There's so few people playing hardcore right now that it's kind of silly. Like everything's low pop, and I even like greens and stuff that have been dropping for me. I haven't been able to sell greens even at cheap prices. There's just so few people around. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I really shouldn't whine about it, I guess. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. It's the nature of the beast, but it's just kind of depressing, I've thought about maybe going back and trying retail WoW again. See if maybe it's a little more active, But it's like there's been so many changes to retail WoW recently. I would go back kind of blind. Not really knowing what I need, And, excuse me, I'm somebody who's always, since I started playing this game, I've always had people to play with. And right now, I don't have anybody to play with. It's just Procon. Like, that's it. Nobody else plays. And so, if he's not on, it just gets kind of boring pretty quick. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, my guild is still active. Well, when I say active, it's there. The problem with it again though is I can't be around during the day. You can't run a guild and not be around ever until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. The only time I'm around is from 2 a.m. until 6 a.m. or my time 1 to 5 during the week. And then on the weekends occasionally earlier, you're not going to have success running a guild like that. You're just not. Like, if it was an all Aussie guild, maybe. Well, I mean, Carp, what you don't realize is that's what it was. But again, for it to be a social hub, you need somebody in it. And the person starting it has got to be there. Because nobody's going to join a guild where the guild leader invites you and then is never there. And even if they do join that guild, they're not going to stay. Like, at all. They're just not, unless it's a friend of yours. And all of my friends that play WoW have completely quit playing WoW, except for Procon. And I don't think Procon's got a whole hell of a lot of interest in retail WoW at all right now. Um, I'm just in a bad spot with it, brother. Yeah, and I've so again, Carp. I ran a guild for 15 years or more, and that was great. During that time, I was able to be on in the evenings or in the daytime because my work schedule. I would be home, by 5 o'clock in the evening, and then I went to working nights. But even working nights, I could be up and on by mid afternoon to late afternoon, and then I could be on all the way up until like 10:30 when I had to leave for work, or 10 o'clock when I had to leave for work. So it worked then. But when I can't get on until 1 a.m., I tried recruiting. I got zero hits. And I tried for weeks. And I get zero hits. Zero. The other thing that is a problem with a small guild is WoW has so far de incentivized being in a guild. You don't need a guild. You have looking for group, looking for this, looking for that, summon to this, summon to that. You don't need a guild for anything. You can get in group finders for literally everything, and being in a guild gives you exactly zero benefits, zero. Like there was a point where they had, like, you, if you were in a group, you got X, Y, and Z benefits. You'd get, there was, like, I think at one point there was like a boost to experience that you would get by being in a guild. There was have group will travel by being in a guild, so you could literally summon someone just by being in a guild with them. There was numerous things, and then they took all of those things back away. You had to level your guild up to like level 25, so you got all of the various perks for the guild, and those things mattered. I don't know, man, and maybe when the new expansion comes out, I'll jump in and try it. But I don't. I just, in all honesty, Carp, I just don't think there's any way I can run a guild with my schedule. It doesn't work. It, I, the perfect example is when I got on, or when you jumped in the stream here and you heard me complaining about nobody on, and you were like, "Well, yeah, it's 4 a.m." Well, yeah, that's my normal time. So there's not gonna be anybody on. Go to retail WoW right now. Ain't nobody there either. It's the middle of the damn night. This is unfortunately my time. It's the only time I can be on. And unless I change jobs and or careers, it's pretty much the way it's going to be. And unfortunately, that's going to be difficult for me to do because I make a fair bit of money, and to try and find a job that pays me as well isn't going to be easy. And unfortunately, my quote fair bit of money is basically just barely enough to live in today's society if you're a one income household. And so, like, I can't really afford to take a pay cut to go somewhere else. It's really a catch 22, man. And I don't mean to be a whiner here, but I just it's just kind of, I'm caught in a crappy spot. I mean, I am really starting to consider going back to retail WoW though. I mean, maybe what I do is, instead of trying to run a guild, is I go back there and I just try to find like an Aussie based guild that is doing something this time of night, because there probably are Aussie guilds out there. Maybe I'm on the wrong server for that. Maybe I need to find like a more Aussie oriented server. I don't know what those are. I'm sure I could do some research and figure out like where the best places for those are. But I don't know. That is a thought, but I know this. playing the hardcore game like this just simply by myself all the time is just not gonna do it for me. It's just not, you know. This is gonna it already is wearing old on me. It already is. And you know, I'd love to blame somebody else for it, but it ain't nobody else's fault. It's my own fault, you know. It's my schedule's fault and the various things that I've said and done to various friends that used to be around and aren't anymore. You know, you reap what you sow in life, brother. That is so true. You know, and you always got to be careful what you wish for because you may get it. That's fucking crazy. I just ran into a random person here just chatting and shit. It's this dude, Cup of Tea. Cup of Tea used to be in my raiding guild and was a hunt. I mean, was a warrior. Used to raid with me for a number of years. Was a really nice guy. Hey, Chronic, what's going on, brother? Hey, not too bad, man. I've only been on a little bit tonight. Right now, I ran into an old friend from an old raiding guild, and I'm blowing him up via chat and vice versa on the game. I've only been streaming for like 30 something, 40 minutes. I'm kind of half looking for a group, half just kind of chilling for couple hours tonight. Great to hear you got yourself all moved in and set up, though, man. Hopefully, sometime soon you can set up and be able to, jump on and maybe do something. Maybe, hell, man, maybe get you a stream going so I can kind of watch and see what you do for an evening.
Fuck you doing, Jerome?
Hey, what's up, Ben?
Hey, how goes it?
Oh, I got no complaints, dude. I'm just in here, in in Give me 1 second. I gotta finish typing a sentence here. I was just in here and I was just I was kind of half-assed looking for a group in hardcore, and all of a sudden I seen this dude Cup of Tea make a comment, and I'm like, Cup of Tea, and it was a warrior. I'm like, I fucking know that dude. So I messaged him. It's the same fucking Cup of Tea.
Is it really?
Same fucking guy. No bullshit, man.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm just sitting
The
here
odds of that
fucking. I
playing
fuck.
hardcore.
And his name's even spelled the same.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I just like it blew my mind, and I so like I said, I didn't message him directly right away. Like I saw it, and then I typed back in general. I was like, cup of tea? No way is it the same cup of tea that was a drunken midget and played with year and beer? And he whispered me immediately. Yeah, he's like, yeah, same guy.
Damn. Small world.
Yeah, dude, fucking amazing. Just amazing. I just fucking blew my mind. So I've been chatting with him, just typing away for like fucking 15, 20 minutes now. It's kind of fucking hilarious. Uh,
That's some good stuff.
One of the first things he asked is he's like, hey, what about that panda and his brother? Now, of course, he meant you and Tim. And I said, yeah, man.
The panda's brother.
I said, yeah, man. They're still around. They don't play WoW anymore, but they're obviously still my friends.
things never change there.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, like a game is a game, but you know, friends are friends.
The
It's whole
the,
different, yeah, whole different
the
ball game.
panda's cousin.
And he said brother, but I knew
That's
what he
funny.
yeah, but I knew what he meant though. I mean, obviously, you know. It's funny that Tim is the panda though. He remembered the panda.
I'm just the accessory to the panda.
You know what? To be honest with you, to be especially towards the end of Drunken Midgets, I wasn't no more than the accessory to the panda either, brother. Like there wasn't nobody in that guild at the end that was there for me. They were all in there for Tim. Once Tim quit playing, the guild died fucking as fast as fuck. That's just the truth, brother. You can call it what you will. Look, I know I started it and ran it for a very long time, and for a very long time it was because of me. People were there, but it wasn't that way at the end.
You also had a lot more shit going on. Like
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, life changed a lot, and I mean that's
it's
prone
hard
that's
to,
prone to happen.
yeah, it's hard to be there all the time when yeah, got all
Yeah,
kinds of shit flying and
yeah.
hitting the fan.
Yeah, and I like it is what it man. You know what though? I mean, look, man, it is what it is, and I do and always will look at it as a hell of a good success on not just my part, but on all of our part, especially
A lot of
me,
good memories, dude.
especially me, you, and Tim. Man, the three horsemen held that guild together in a very strong way for a long period of time, a long period of time. And like all three of us deserve a lot of credit because we were the literal core of a non-stop AOTC rating guild for a long time. So have you heard Oh, I'm sorry for banging the mic there. Have you heard Brock Purdy called Big Cock Brock yet?
I'm not.
I fucking cracked me up when I heard that shit. Big Cock Brock, and he's already come out and said he's not a big fan of that nickname.
It's like y'all are making me blush. Y'all need to
I mean,
stop that.
right? It's like it's just funny. I mean, that's just a damn funny nickname, you know. Fucking cup of tea still going off, man. I'm still fucking chatting that guy.
That's funny shit.
It's fucking hilarious because he's like he's going back. I told him too. I said, man, first fucking thing I thought of when I seen your name was that fucking mount you got off that goddamn fucking boss. Remember, he was the first one that got it. I'm quite sure. It was off of that like gnome boss, the one that flew around where we had to communicate, where we had to make balls of talk on Discord and shit.
Oh yeah, I think he ended up. I think it was like me, him, and
Uh huh.
fucking Blue.
Yep.
I think.
Got ended up getting it. Yep. But just for whatever reason, his as soon as I saw his name, that's the first thing I thought of. Yeah, it's fucking funny, man. Like I can't. I'm just sitting here with a big smile about finding this guy, just because, like, I mean, look, I probably won't end up, playing with him or anything like that. But regardless, it's just funny that, like, somebody like that remembers playing with some folks like us. You know what I mean? Like that speaks volumes, about where we were as a guild and as a community back then. It was memorable to him as well. And so as soon as he realized who I was, then he started remembering. I was a Hawks fan, and that I liked hockey. And then he's asking about the Super Bowl because he remembers I'm a Niners fan. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that it's just funny how people don't forget. Like when you have good times like that. And let's be honest, those were good times, at least from a gaming standpoint, obviously. So clearly, you're not at work tonight, obviously, I would think.
Nah, we just got done with our long week.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. That's cool. So being back to work has been
I was gonna
challenge
say, how's that been going for you?
challenging. They're out to get me hardcore.
Are they?
Yeah, management. It's management. Like,
Fuck.
management has been challenging to say the least. The people on the floor are on my side. No fucking doubt about it. Everyone on the floor is big hugs, telling me to watch my back, telling me when they hear shit. Apparently, management's been going around and asking people, is Nate capable of doing his job? Is he being restricted? Is he able to kneel down? Is he able to squat? Is he able to pick things up? Is he struggling? They're literally trying to look for shit to get me on. I don't deserve that. I don't think, but and I'll tell you this much: I'm not gonna make it easy for them because I ain't.
Fuck no.
I haven't held back on nothing, man. I've been doing everything. I've been running around just like I always did. If they find something to fire me on, they're gonna have to find something to fire me on. Because I'm acutely aware of it. I'm watching everything I say. I'm watching everything I do. I'm watching who I tell what. I'm sitting here right now with fucking ice on my knee because it's fucking swollen and still not right. I'm not even sure. Excuse me. I'm not even sure that there's not still something wrong. To be quite honest with you, because it's hurting constantly right at the point where the surgery was. It's fucking it's swelling. It's fucking extremely difficult to kneel on. It's fucking almost impossible to like squat. But if I tell anybody that, I'm fucked. I'll be gone from work in like a fucking heartbeat. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: if it comes to that, if it comes to that, I'm gonna go straight back to that same surgeon, make an appointment, and tell them whatever happened is nothing has happened outside of this. This is still a workman's comp case, and if they try to fight it, I'll get a lawyer. Sunken
Sorry,
temple.
I'm just over here dying.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm just getting over some fucking crud.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
Yeah, I was
Explain. What
fucking
do you mean crud? Like you end
just
up?
fucking puking for like 2 days.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I was running like a 103 fever at work Sunday. Had to leave.
Jesus, dude.
And I was out Monday night because hell, I broke the fever Sunday night and woke back up and had it again. And I was like, well, God Almighty. I'd already like changed my bed sheets and everything. I'd sweated all that shit out.
Damn, dude.
Woke back up. Was like, fuck, dude. Like I said, it was, yeah. Wasn't like terrible. It was only like a day and a half, 2 days, but
Yeah, about a shitty day and a half, 2 days.
been a been a while since I've been sick like that, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Knock on wood, it's been a while for me as well. And I can't afford it right now too, because
Yep.
I really don't think that it's going to take much for them to fucking hit me with a write up. You know, unless I do something egregious, they're going to have to hit me with 3 write ups before they can fire me. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got none on my record. So I think being as though I've been out for this much time with with the injury, I think if anytime in the first little bit, if I call off sick, they're gonna write me up. I think if one person complains about me on the smallest level, they'll write me up. I think they're literally, I think they're hunting, and I don't understand why. I really don't. Well, actually I kind of do, because like you have the one that feels like I'm a bully. You have the one that tried to throw the book at me for the glove incident, and I beat it, and so they're jaded because I beat their fucking accusation. You have the one that was my ally who doesn't work there anymore, and then you have the brand new manager who's only heard from the 2 higher ups, who happen to be the 2 people who think I'm a bully and whose charges I beat. So like the 3 big ones in management are all kind of against me right now. And then you have the one who did the initial accusation from the gloves. That was that girl Rosa, and she still won't even look at me since I've come back. She fucking avoided me like the fucking plague. So there's your fucking axis of evil right there. As far as who's looking to get me. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't know, I don't know what they want from me. I'm just gonna keep doing my
Only thing you can
thing.
do is what you can control, and
That's it, man. Now, that's all I'm doing, and I'm
you
going
know,
in there with a positive attitude every day, pretending I'm not on the chopping block, and control what I can control, and let the rest fall where it may.
act surprised but have a plan, dude.
Act surprised, but have a plan. That's actually a good fucking. I like it, man. That's a full send, no lights type of way of looking at things. And I have done some job perusing as well, and I will continue to do so. If something falls in my lap, you know, I won't hesitate to jump. With that said, I also after the first couple days, I was so sure that fucking they were out to get me, that I started making phone calls, and I talked to my concrete boss. I could be back. I could be back working with Mercury with quote good pay and a truck tomorrow if I wanted to.
No shit.
Yeah, he said Nate, I
That's
can't.
awesome.
He said Nate, I can't give you the benefits you're getting with your current company. He said, but I can give you a good competitive pay, and I'll give you a truck instantly. So, I mean, look, that would be
That
awful
means don't have
difficult,
to pay for gas, so
right? I mean, that would be awful
that's,
difficult with my knees,
yeah, I was gonna
and
say
and
that'd be the
and I'm out, and
kicker.
I'm very out of shape right now, dude. Like very. So, I mean, I'd have to put in some work, but at least, dude, Matt would understand that. He knows how old I am, and what's gone on, and he knows that I would go in there and I would give every ounce of effort that I possibly could, and then I would get back into game shape, over the course of time. He knows that. And his dad, Ray, the reason I quit, he no longer lives here. He's not involved in the company anymore. He lives in Florida. He's done retired. The company is owned now
Down
by
there
Matt.
golfing.
Yeah, well, doing whatever the fuck it is he does. But he don't have a whole hell of a lot to say about the company anymore. So that was the only reason I quit it in the first place. If it wasn't for that, I probably never would have quit. I'd probably still be working there. But WoW hardcore wise, I'm just into level 58. So
Oh, fuck yeah.
just got 2 levels to go. Procon hit 60 a couple days ago.
Nice.
So I did I don't know. I feel like you stopped in on my drunken night just recently. Am I wrong?
I think I did.
feel like you did. So let's put it this way. So I
Oh,
got
yeah, I definitely did. The Drunken Temple night. Yeah.
uh-huh. Yep.
Yep,
So
yep.
so I did BRD earlier in the night, and I remember that run. Everything was good. I did really well. I got numerous pieces of gear. That Sunken Temple run, I should not have been, and I have no memory of that run at all. None.
I believe it.
Fell asleep numerous times. Procon is still laughing at me. He got in the other night and he was telling me how much he was laughing at that. He's like, I still don't know how that tank didn't die when you fell asleep and he was at like fucking 20 health.
Oof.
And fucking, he said I fell asleep. He said you were asleep in that dungeon as much as you were awake, and I kept telling you that you needed to pull the plug, and you kept saying I didn't fall asleep.
I didn't even.
I never posted the video. I had to edit it first because I had to edit out like 2.5 hours of sleeping in a chair at the end. Otherwise, I'd ended up getting banned again.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I slept for a long time in the chair at the end of that video. I just found what I think is a fucking ingrown hair, like almost right on my Adam's apple, and it is fucking super sore
Oh,
if
that's
you're
pretty rough.
looking at the stream and seeing what I'm fucking picking at. Oh, it's hurt. It's hurting like a son of a bitch, dude. I need to leave it alone, or it's gonna become a big ugly sore. Of course, it's okay because like my 4 chins hide it, dude. I've gotten I like for the first time in my life, like I've always had a big belly, right? But now I don't even think it's just a big belly anymore. Now I'm just kind of getting fat. You know what I mean? Like you can see like my boobs kind of wrap around the side a little. There's like side chunk there. I do. It's just fucking age and inactivity have caught up to me a little bit, Ben. Finally, my face, like my jaw, is wider because it's fat. I have two solid 2 chins now. It didn't look as bad when I had a big beard. Like I shaved the beard off and then I saw my face and I was like, dude. Yeah, but I look, man. It kind of is what it is.
Kind of comes with the territory of age and.
I'm telling you, man. Time is the only undefeated enemy you'll ever have. You will not beat time. Fucking cup of tea just ran into me. That's, what are the odds? Unless he streamed, he either stream sniped and actually found where I was at, or just that's the craziest fucking chance there's ever been. That's fucking hilarious. He says it looks like I'm playing the same model character. And he is too. He's got the same female human warrior. That's fucking hilarious. He still got the Westfall pants. He got the whirlwind axe. Some greens. It's pretty funny. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. I still can't believe I ran into this guy. Like, what are the odds of running into somebody like on hardcore that you used to raid with. And I mean, that's been a hot minute ago now. You know?
Yeah, it has.
That's pretty fucking crazy. So one good or bad thing, however you want to look at it, that's happened to me since I've been back to work. They were working on a gas station right on the corner of blah and blah, right where I leave work, right? And so all the local gas stations in that area and or, convenience stores, whatever, were either closed or did not sell beer past like 11 o'clock at night. There was a 7-Eleven right across from the hospital. They stopped selling beer at 11 o'clock at night. This new gas station. So I stopped in. The new gas station is a Casey's. Now I don't know if you guys have Casey's over there, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just like a convenience store type gas station, right?
Like a little truck stop kind of.
Kind of thing. Yeah, it's a big old thing. It's like a food mart kind of deal, where
Yep.
they got all sorts of shit. Anyway, I stopped in there like because it was being worked on when I was working before I got had surgery, and I stopped in there like second night I worked. I'm like, I got to stop in and check this place out. So turns out they have a better selection of 12 packs of soda than the fucking local store I go to get my soda from. They have more snacks than fucking you can shake a stick at. Even in the middle of the night when I get off, they've got hot pizza ready for you if you really want it. And they have they don't just sell beer, they got a beer cave and they sell until 2 a.m. And on top of that, they have Coors Original, which nobody else around here has. So I'm not going to lie, I've stopped there and bought Coors Original. This was the second time in the 2 weeks that I've been back that I bought Coors Original.
The celebration. Plus finding that out, you're probably like, fuck yeah, dude, sign me up for that.
Hold on, I gotta go to the Discord real quick here. I just threw Cup of Tea an invite for the Discord. He said he'd stop in sometime, and I'm gonna guess that one that just joined was probably him. So let's go ahead and assign him a role so that it doesn't go away, and then go here, and can I put a note? Doesn't let me put a note. Anatomy. It's either way. Kick ass. That's awesome, dude. That's literally hilarious. Like fucking I can't believe I came across that guy tonight. It's literally like running into a blast from the past. Holy shit, man. I must be warm tonight, man. I put like fucking quarter bag of ice at least in this ice, man. And I done melted all the fucking ice almost. There's only a little bit of ice left in there. Let me tell you what, though, dude. If you ever got any kind of an injury going on or whatever, if you can get a hold of one of these fucking Iceman coolers, dude, they are fucking worth it on every level. Just an absolute fucking great invention. All right, now I got to start looking at this and see. Now it's 4 in the morning, so if I'm gonna find a dungeon, I got to find it like now, or I better not. I just don't. It's especially as a holy pally, dude. Amen, Chronic. Amen. Fucking. He said. He said Casey's is amazing at the taco pizza and various other shit, dude. I agree. They got all sorts of good shit there. Although this one near me, dude, the attendant that's there at night, I am not sure if it's a man or a woman. I can't tell. I think it's a woman, but she's got as much stubble on her chin as I do, and it's like gray and black, and she's a black lady, I think, lady, and like, dude, I am gonna tell you what. I wish I could snap a picture of her so you can see. I have never seen a more. I mean, like, look, dude, black, white, I don't care, but this lady looks like a throwback to the Cro-Magnon times. Like, the caveman on the Geico commercials? I'm
Yeah,
telling you, that's what this lady looks like, man. And if you took her face like exactly as it is and just change it to white, I'd say the same thing. She looks like a chroma. The forehead is real pronounced. The eyebrows are way out. Big old chin and like stubble. Like, dude, like, I don't know, but she's really sweet. Like every time. And again, I am not even 100% sure that it's a she. So I've been hesitant. I've been very careful the way I speak with her. Like if she asks me something, normally I'm yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I won't say sir, ma'am, because I ain't sure. Like I honestly, I ain't sure, and I don't want to be disrespectful because she's been super nice to me every single time I've been in there. You know what I mean? So
it's like, hey, I gotta know.
no, I know, not a chance. Again,
Just
and
make
and
it real awkward.
and it'd be different if they'd been rude to me, but no, dude, super sweet every time, helpful, well spoken, like just gotta look like it could be a caveman from a Geico commercial. Like I ain't never seen nobody look more like a caveman than this person. Honestly. I know that sounds bad, but like it's I wish I could snap a picture so you could see what I meant. If you seen it, you would understand what I mean. One
I
of
got
the
a pretty good idea.
one of these nights, I'll do it. I'll try to do a thing where I go in there with like a Discord or with like a Discord conversation up where I got my camera active, and I'll just make sure I walk over and have me in the camera, but have her in the back so you can see, and then you'll see what I mean. You'll be like, "Holy shit!" Like you expect there to be a fire behind the counter or something. I'm cooking some meat over over that shit from an animal she killed out back. Like damn.
What is happening?
And again, like looking at her, you'd think this person's not going to be able to speak at all. Oh no, very well spoken, polite, intelligent. Just looks like a caveman. What do you want me to say? Excuse me. Yesterday I got home and like day before yesterday I came home and had a pretty good stream. Had pro on. I think got about a level, roundabout a level, because I was it just into 57, so got about a level. He helped me with a bunch of quests, whatever. Then last night I got home and so being back to work, man. Excuse me. The stress level mentally has been very high because again I feel like I'm being hunted by management. And at the same time, I am being very careful who I tell anything to, and I'm having so much pain in the knee that I don't tell anybody about. You know, that I'm having to really like make sure I almost extra hustle to make it look like I'm not. And let me tell you, it is a pain in the ass to try and hide a limp, and it's tough not to limp because it hurts. You know what I mean? So that's been stressful in and of itself. And then, of course, just the flat out amount of inactivity for 6 months that I've had, it's making my feet hurt, my back hurt, all that shit by the end of the day. Anyway, I got home yesterday and like, I got home, I sat down at the computer, and then I just literally looked at it and said, nope, I ain't got it tonight. I sent Procon a message. I was like, brother, I'm really sorry. I ain't got it tonight, man. I'm going to bed. He messaged back a short time later. He's like, no problem. He said it's all no. In fact, he said it's all G. Have a good rest. And I think I laid down about 1:30, and I got out of bed at 12:30. So it's like 11 hours. Now I didn't sleep for a full 11 hours. Woke up quite a bit during that, as I always do, and whatnot. But nonetheless, for 11 hours, I was laying on that damn bed. And let me tell you, too, at my age, 11 hours on the bed helps my feet and my knees, hurts my back. So you just can't
Yep.
win. You just can't win for losing, man. It is what it is, though, man. Like, I'm really trying hard. I'm really trying hard to keep a positive attitude about everything, because like it's not. And dude, I'm telling you, that's not easy. It's not, because you always it's in my nature to look at the negative, especially the last number of years, dude. It really is. It's in my nature to look at the negative, and then and I feel like the negatives many days outweigh the positives in the day. But you gotta try not to go that route. You gotta just try to look at the positives, because there are always positives, and just try to feed off of that and keep a smile, man. Keep a smile. Like, and I've had a difficult time a couple
Can't
times
let
at
the
work.
bad days win.
No, you can't. I've had a hard time a couple times at work already because I've got some people that are on my shift that are just still pretty new in training, and some of the questions I get, dude. I got a question today. This isn't even from somebody that I worked with. I had to call in a down piece of machinery at work. And so I called, and first thing you got to do is you got to give the GE number. That tells them what the equipment is and where it's located. So then you go on to what's wrong with the equipment and whatever. But at a point, this lady, and I could tell right away, she's either new at her job or just not real intelligent. She asked me at a point. She says, "Okay, so do you know the reason for your call tonight?" And I literally laughed in her face. I said, if I didn't know the reason for my call, I wouldn't have called.
They,
Do you know the reason for your call? Like, if you had called me, you could say, do you know the reason for my call? But if I called you, Obviously, there was a reason that I called. And I probably know what it was. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done it. That was maybe one of the dumber questions I've ever been asked on the phone. Do you know the reason for your call tonight? Like, lady, do fucking what? I literally laughed at her. And then after that, I realized how rude I was, right? And then I'm just like, I'm sorry that you struck me funny. God bless America. But anyways, I found myself at work having to hide my sarcastic responses to the dumb questions because there's been a lot of dumb questions, and I've had to hide it. And oh, dude, you have no idea how many little things they've changed, and they don't tell me, and then they just wait for me to do it, and then I do it wrong, and then they fucking call me in the office. So now I've started like anything I think might have changed. I'm looking into it before I do it to make sure that it hasn't changed. I'm asking, you know what I mean? I'm talking to people. I'm looking at record books. I'm looking at fucking the computer. Dude. Again, you are gonna have to try harder than that to get me on a technicality. Cup of tea logged off too. He went off to bed, so no, I'm not. No, I'm not looking at text messages. But I still can't believe I ran into that guy tonight. That was just fucking complete blast from the past. But he says he came on to hardcore and he's done a bunch of raiding and shit already. He said he absolutely loves hardcore. He's still in the military too. If you remember, he was a military feller. He also has a kid now. Speaking of which, I haven't had a chance to talk to Blue post kid yet. I missed him the one night he was on. He sent me a message that just said chump because I missed him. You know, Blue. He's got to be Blue. And then tonight I logged on and there was a mail from him and it was a piece of coal. He said, here, I hear it gets cold out there for people who ain't 60 yet. You might want to use this to keep warm. Fucking guy. And then Ben, I showed you the. Did I plug that thing in? I didn't. I showed you the life size Captain Kirk and Captain Picard cutouts he sent me, right? I think I might have lost you. Oh, I hope I didn't lose my internet. I didn't lose my internet, did I? Check. It doesn't look like it. Wait, I heard a ip. You there? Uh-oh, something ain't right. I'm going to be annoyed if I lose my internet right now. Yo, Ben, you there?
Check.
Yeah, there you are. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Check. The fuck? Hold on, I'm going to hang up. Hello? Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's Ben. I can see me queuing, so I think I should still be good.
Check, check.
Yep, I got you.
Alright, hell yeah.
What happened there, brother?
I don't know.
Fucking
That was weird.
fucking internet and its stupid computers.
You got all robot-y, and I was like, oh fuck. And realized it was me.
You had me all paranoid because I've had some internet issues as of late. I lost it the other night and it was out for like 6 hours.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I was a night I was supposed to play with Pro. I got on and literally I got on like fucking 10 minutes into being on. My internet went out, and then I was like, well, hopefully I'll be able to be back. And then I kept monitoring it, and then nothing. And then I eventually ended up going to sleep. And I woke up to piss, and it was still the fuck out. Like 4 hours later, I woke up. I think like 6 or 7 hours later, and it was back. So somewhere in between 4 and 7 hours, it came back. I just estimated it at 6. But I got annoyed and shut the
That's
computer
still
down.
brutal.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just shut everything down. But I could still see the modem, of course. The light is it's white when it's active. Um, it flashes like a brownish color when it's or yellow maybe when it's not, and then it starts flashing. It'll flash yellow, then green, and then it'll turn white when it's active. So I can always tell from a distance. That old truck is still running though, Ben.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Some bitch got me all the way down there and back, and it's still going. 200 and almost 24,000 miles now. I'm really, dude. I've looked at the price of new ones. I'm really thinking about putting a little bit of money into it. Because I could put probably less than $10,000 into that truck, fix everything that's wrong with it. Like replace the 2 rusted quarter panels, get a new paint job, fix the passenger side door, fix the passenger side window, fix the driver's side seat, fix the steering wheel, fix the lights on the dashboard, add a new fucking updated stereo system to it, like with a screen. All for and I think there is the U joint for the front drive shaft needs to be changed, and I want to say there was a leak somewhere in the four-wheel drive somewhere in the front, and I'm not 100% sure on that last part, but I think all of that I could very likely get done for under 10K, which I'm quite sure I could qualify for just a regular old like personal loan from my bank for that, and then pay it off, and that'd be a hell of a lot cheaper than trying to buy a new car.
That's a fact.
And I mean, while I'm doing that, I may even just go ahead and put a 3-inch lift on it and the tires that I actually wanted in the first place. And maybe put like a brush guard on the front, give it a little bit different look. Maybe put some nice. Take the fog lights out of the bumper, put them on the fucking like on the brush guard. You know what I mean? Like Baja type style. Do something that looks a little bit cooler. You know what I mean? And I don't dislike that truck, dude. It has never ever let me down. It has never let me down. Yes, it has broke down a couple times. Alternator went out. I had to have it towed. Uh, I had a tie rod end break, and I had to limp it to a shop. Well, remember, I had to get out, and I told you guys that story. I had to get out and literally physically turn the tire to straight, and then drive, and then get out and turn the tire. I literally physically had to get out and turn the one tire. The shop was a half a mile back from where I was. I was not paying for a tow for half a mile. Not if I could help it. The other tire would still steer. So as long as I kept it under 5 miles an hour, the lazy eye tire would stay going the same way as the other tire. You know what I mean? But turning, I had
Yep.
to get out and physically turn it, like grab it and just. There's no tire rod attached to it, so it was just a loose tire.
Yep. You had to kind of, yeah,
Yeah, I had to.
steer it manually.
Yeah, quite literally, in the most rudiment in the most caveman sense.
Yep.
But it's never really. I've pushed, I've pulled, I've hauled, I've been through mud, I've driven long distances, I've driven high speeds. It's been in all weathers. The 4-wheel drive still fucking works. I mean, I really got nothing bad to say about that damn thing. And 225 is the furthest I've ever gone on one, or well, 220. It's at almost 224. The most I'd ever done on one before was 220, and that was my Explorer. And this is an Explorer with a cut off ass end. You've seen it. You know what it is. Ben, I still question why we didn't take my truck that night when we went up and got food and you knew your headlights were out. We easily could have taken my truck. It would have been fine. Now,
I think like I just underestimated how late it was getting.
and I think also I was a little embarrassed about my truck because if we had taken my truck, you would have either had to climb from the back seat into the front passenger seat or you'd have just had to sit in the back like a kid because the driver's side door and window does not work. You couldn't even Duke a Hazard into it because the window doesn't work either. The door and window on the passenger side are completely broken. They do not work.
It's like, well, fuck.
It got to the point where I was using the whole passenger side as a dumpster. So like I had just gotten used to just when I, have a soda, just throw it on the floor, and it like it was piled up over the seat, and I started to realize that I was starting to drive a rolling dumpster. So I cleaned it up, and I now keep a garbage bag on that seat, so that anything that's in there I can throw in that bag and then throw immediately out. So I don't use it as a dumpster. Because otherwise I will. I already did, and then I started to feel way worse about it. You know what got me is I went down to Shelly's and I hung out one night, and the next morning when I got up. She said, Nate, I put a to-go bag in your truck for you of like various foods and whatnot. And that I realized at that point that she has seen the dumpster that was in my passenger seat. And I was like, I can't let that be a thing anymore ever. So I cleaned it up after that. But I need to take it in for a detailing. That would be like, dude, again though, if I the things I just named to you, if I fix those things, which I think I could probably do all of that for in the neighborhood of about $7,000. Maybe 10 grand. Dude, there's not a vehicle I could buy for anywhere near 10 grand. Nothing. Nothing. If I buy anything for 10 grand, it's going to be the same thing I already have. Or worse, actually, based on what I see. You know? I mean, I just don't know if I want to spend the money. I don't, you know. You're looking at 15 to 20 grand for anything if you want a 2015 or newer. You know,
Yep.
unless it's got 250,000 miles on it. And if I'm going to do that, I may as well keep what I have. I don't know. This is the same debate I've been having for what, a year and a half, 2 years now, 2 years, maybe more. Because you've heard this whole story before. It ain't gotten no better, man. It's still the same bullshit, dude.
Damn it.
That is what it is. So you know me, dude. I don't
Fact.
fucking I don't change much. Like I pretty much. I mean, this is what Blue both loves and hates about me. He can jump in here and I can start telling a story. He could just go AFK and come back, and he didn't really miss nothing because he's heard the story before. You know. And I don't even take that as an insult anymore. It just is what it is. You know. Hey, on another good, well, not another, but on a good note though, Workman's Comp paid me every single check that I was due.
Oh fuck yeah.
So everything is like up to date. I got the last one here. It just needs to be deposited. And they actually paid me for 2 days past when I was approved to go back to work. So they paid me until I physically actually went back to work. And I just got the email at work that they closed my case just recently. Now, if I ever end up having to reopen that, well, so be it. But they were super cooperative the entire time and paid me everything I was due. So I got no complaints about the whole way that process went. I mean, I shouldn't say no complaints because they did make it difficult to get the checks. Now, had I known at the start that I was going to be off 6 months, I would have set this up for electronic deposit. Didn't think it was going to go that long, and then once by the time I realized it was going to go longer than I thought it was only going to be a few weeks longer than I thought, and then those few weeks turned into a few more weeks, turned into another month. And it snowballed, and so I never did. They all came paper checks, which is not the way to do anything in today's day and age. If I have to do it again, bet I'll set it up electronically. There'll be no ifs ands or buts. Because I swear to God, man, some of these checks they literally didn't send them to the right place, or didn't send them at all just to see if I wouldn't check. I don't know, man. That's what it felt like anyway. Because I'd get two or three in a row, and then I'd miss two in a row, and then I'd have to call a month later and be like, dude, what the fuck? Where are those two checks? Oh well, we sent them. Did you though?
It's like, do what?
Like, did you? Because like nothing changed. I didn't move. I don't know. But also remember where I live too, and the mail lady that delivers to me here is an older lady who is really, really, really unmotivated, and very rarely does she actually lock the mailboxes back. It's usually just like wide open for anybody who just goes in there to take whatever they want. And I also discovered something else just recently. The mailbox was open, and there was a letter sticking out of the guy right next to my mailbox. It was sticking straight up, and his name is Nathan. So the guy right next to me's name is Nathan, but it's Nathan like Sanchez or something like that. Uh, so when I first seen it, the only reason I pulled it out is because I was like, oh my god, because it looked like one of my checks, and so I pulled it out. It was Nathan, and it was Nathan Sanchez, and I was like, well, that explains a lot. You could easily get confused on the Nathans, and my checks could have been going to that guy, and then he was just too fucking ignorant to put them back near the mailbox and just threw them away or whatever. You know what I mean? That's entirely possible. What are the odds that you have two people named Nathan right next to each other? Nathan's not the
That's
most.
that's
It's
fucked up.
not the most common name in the world, and his last name is definitely Hispanic. So I don't know that I've ever met a Hispanic Nathan in my life. Chronic is laughing at my manual steering. That's what it was though. Like I literally had to get out and physically take my hands and like manipulate the wheel because like the 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 linkage for the steering was no longer connected. The tie rod is what connects your steering wheel basically to the fucking wheel that allows you to steer. So like without that, it's loose, and so I had to literally manually steer. That's 100% correct. That's funny. Wish I'd seen it a little earlier because now it doesn't look like he's still there. But yeah, it was interesting. I made it though, dude. I had to cross like a 4-lane road like that, and then I had to go down like a half mile, and then cross it again, getting out to turn. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. I should have paid for the tow, but it would have been $100 for a fucking half-mile tow, you know. And I didn't want to pay that because my insurance wouldn't have paid for that. I'd have had to pay for that.
It's like y'all got me fucked up.
Ben, did you ever drive a car without power steering?
Once, but like very short, like just
It's
to see what it was like, and it
isn't it weird as
wasn't my
hell?
car. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Like you're sitting at a stoplight, cranking that wheel is like a physical thing. Now, if you're moving, it's not so bad. You don't notice it so much.
Yep,
But when you're sitting still and you gotta turn, oh, you
all that
fucking
weight's
notice it.
just sitting
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you notice it. A lot of the trucks, or I shouldn't say a lot. A couple of the trucks back at Mercury were non-power steering back in the day. So it was a crank story like that. It's damn funny. I had one. I drove one for a good long. My old '69 was not power steering. I drove that for a fair bit of time. early on in my Illinois times. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. This job thing, though, I have I've gone back and repicked up all of the stuff, at least most of the stuff I think that they've changed, and many of the changes that this lady has made, or changes that I had kind of been looking for and or even hinting at already. So I'm mostly pleased with what she's done. If she can just get on board with me, I think I could get on board with her. You know what I mean? Because she hasn't,
That's good.
at least to what I can see so far, she hasn't done anything stupid, and most of the people are saying good things about her. You know what I mean? And so I mean that's telling. 'Cause I don't remember if I said this on my drunken night, so please forgive me. But Jenna, the girl that I've talked about numerous times that I work with. That's the one that only Weasel was allowed to touch. She doesn't like anybody, especially people in power. And she has had nothing but good things to say about Rose. That to me speaks volumes because Jenna doesn't like anybody, especially not quickly. You know what I mean? So that speaks volumes. That tells me you've done something right. So I'm very inclined to give her the benefit of the doubt, if she'll just give me the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, eventually. I'm hoping though. When I had that one-on-one conversation with her last week, she said to me, she said, "Listen, I don't form my opinions of people based on what I've been told, one way or the other." She said, "I allow my opinion of someone to grow naturally from my interactions with that person," and I'm hoping that she's going to see that I'm a pretty fucking smart and fucking reliable and you know decent worker, man. I do my shit, and I go above and beyond my shit. I always have, always have, and always will. You know, that's just the way that I was raised, the way that I work. You know, maybe it isn't the way I was raised. Maybe it's just I don't know. I get my moral set from some fucking where I don't know where it is, but I think about my mom, and I don't know if I got it from her because I don't think I ever seen her keep one job for more than like 2 or 3 years. And obviously, I wasn't around my dad, but maybe I can give my uncle Ronnie the credit for that. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just something that's programmed in your damn head, one way or the other. You know. I don't know, but for me, it's always been a thing. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to toot my horn too much because the negative things that she's heard about me, well, they didn't come from somebody else. They came from things that I did and said, you know, because there's obviously things I did and said that were not necessarily right. When I saw things that were wrong, I was way too aggressive in the way that I tried to address them. When I was angry about something, I let way too much negativity show through, and I scared people because I'm kind of an aggressive sounding fella. I'm loud, you know, and and I'm not little per se. You know, I'm kind of I sometimes can be a presence in a room that's not always good if I allow that to be the case. I think something fucking bit my fucking hand. There's been some fucking critters around here, man. I've ended up with a couple of bites that have been pretty fucking mean. Like this is a little one right now, but like I'm able to squeeze like clear liquid out of this little bitty bite mark. Squeezing the poison out. I think there's a fucking killer spider around here somewhere. It's been getting me. I don't know though. What the hell? Why is that lit up like that? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Let me go. Why is it lit up like that? I don't recall seeing that. That's weird. Ben, are you there? Did I lose you again?
Nah, I'm here.
Okay, cool, cool. Like I'm just looking at my portrait on the top right of my Twitch. You would not be able to see this, but it's got a white circle. It's got a white square lit up around it, and I don't ever remember seeing that. And I don't know why it's there. And I clicked on it, and it went away. That was weird. First world problems, right? Oh, that fucking shit on my thumb itches so bad. Like I've already I've
The
itched it so
spider bite.
I've itched it so much that I've already got skin coming off. Something got me there, dude. It's a very specific spot, and again, if you can squeeze pus out of it, something's there. Like something got you.
Something's just in there festering.
Oh, it just fucking itches like nobody's business. Like I want to know where that motherfucker is and where he went, because he had to have gotten me like now, while I'm sitting here, and I didn't even feel him. Kind of scares me. I don't know though. If a spider's
Just
dude, if a spider's what ends up killing me, I don't know. It could be worse. You know, I could get killed by worse dumb things. You know.
just fucking find him and bite his ass off and spit it on the rest of his body.
Yep. We can die together, motherfucker. See you in Valhalla, and I'll step on you there, you son of a bitch. It's a spider threat right there, is what that was.
It's like, what in the fuck?
Because I already know if I get like Spider-Man powers, the web's gonna come out of my butt. We've had this conversation before. I already know the web will come out of my butt. I don't want it.
What would be worse though, like coming out of your butt or coming out of your dick?
Oh my God, no! I'll take the butt. Think about swinging from like a building, right?
I mean, it might be able to stretch it, like if you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just nothing about that sounds good. I don't think either one, honestly.
Both of them's a pretty bad fucking option,
yeah.
but
One's a dickin' and the other's, well, I don't know, kind of a dickin' as well. No, no, thank you. That's why, dude. Hey,
I
so
feel like you could control how you swing better, like
from the front,
from the front,
I
but like
agree. I don't know that it's necessarily better,
it,
but
like I feel like for balancing it'd be better, but you just wouldn't have any fucking control. You'd have to swing backwards, which would fucking suck.
no doubt. All right, so while we're on this subject, if you could have one, if you could have, uh, so okay, let me. I'm gonna phrase it differently. If you could have the powers of, like, the cumulative powers of one superhero from any universe, who would it be? And
Oh man,
when we'll extend this to include, if you choose Batman or Iron Man, you also get their money, because that is literally part of who they are. Because Batman is Iron Man and Iron Man is Batman. You know, like they're literally the same character. They're just different universes, and the Batman
I mean either
versus
one of those would be like the probably the best practical. Like
based on like in a real world adaptation. I think actually that's probably true, because the money part of it's going to make everything more livable, more
you have
reasonable.
all kinds of
Yeah.
shit and weapons and yeah,
Well,
like
and a nice house and a nice car,
arsenal.
and all the pussy you could possibly ever want. I hate to be so rude, but because of the money part of it. So I think either one of those. So okay,
or fucking Deadeye. You just never miss. Like,
I see that's an obscure one I wouldn't have thought of. I like that though. I like that. So really quick, we'll branch it off. If you could choose, if you could be Iron Man or Batman, which would you choose?
I'd probably go Iron Man.
See, and as much as I like Iron Man, I feel like if he can go Batman, you always go Batman. I think just there's something about Batman that like why? Oh, because in Batman. Although you had the
I like
iconic
the metal suit
you
better
have
than
the
the.
iconic. Well, see, did you watch?
Well, I guess like
Did
yeah,
you
the
watch Batman versus Superman? Batman came up with literally
that
an
that
iron
fucking.
suit to fight Superman.
I guess that kind of ties back into the money thing too.
It does. It does.
So
It,
you can buy
with
shit
enough
if
money
you
and
equip
intelligence,
yourself.
yeah. And I feel like they both can pretty much come up with whatever tech they really want. Although if you look at the lore, the tech that Iron Man comes up with is most definitely more advanced than what you normally see from Batman. Batman has cool gadgets and like vehicles, but never so much the shit that you see from Iron Man. Iron Man was definitely more advanced, especially if you look into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where you see him going through his lab and he's got like projections of computer screens and he's minimizing shit in the air. You don't see that from Batman. Batman's on a screen. You know what I mean? So, but honestly, if you give me the choice, I can be one have all their stuff or the other have all their stuff. I think I'm taking Batman. I do. I think I'm taking Batman. And I love Iron Man too. No hatred to Iron Man at all. But I think I'm taking Batman. I'd ask Charlie that, but I know what Charlie's answer would be. Do you know Charlie has a huge boner for Iron Man. No homo, of course, but maybe a little homo. Anyways, okay, so eliminate the Batman Iron Man. We've had that conversation. So any other superhero in any universe, you get all their powers, what would it be? There's so many options. There's so much, and of course
It is a
there's
lot.
well, and there's also I'm sure like many options that you and I don't even know because we're not that big of comic book nerds, but you can think in the mainstream. Of course, everyone's gonna look at Superman, right? You're gonna look at Superman, and would it be wrong to say Superman? Absolutely not, because Superman is basically a god as long as he's on a planet with a yellow sun and nobody comes up with a green rock. You know what I
It's
mean?
like, oh shit,
As long
he's
as
down.
as long as you don't have those, because like everybody always posts those fucking what it'll be Superman like with his eyes glowing or whatever, and it'll be like name your character that can beat this character, and my answer is always any human with a green rock and a gun.
Facts.
Period. Period. It's all you need. Green rock and a gun. Batman proved it. He didn't even need that suit, really. He just had that fucking deal with the big beast of kryptonite in there. Stuck him with it, and that's it. You're fucking basically dead, brother. Like, sorry. So, no, you lose. Although, Superman's powers are fucking immense, though. Immense. But for me, it isn't Superman. It isn't Superman. Uh, and like I always give Wolverine a thought because Wolverine is the healing factor that I like
Yep.
with Wolverine. It's not necessarily the claws or any of the other stuff. It's the healing factor. Like you shoot the dude, it hits the adamantium of his skull and bounces back out, knocks him down for a minute, but then the wound just heals and then he's putting fucking claws into you. I like so there's always that. Uh, Deadpool though has that same shit, and but Deadpool doesn't have the cool claws though. Like if you're gonna choose between one of those with the healing factor, I'm gonna take Deadpool, or I'm gonna take Wolverine. But then I always also lean towards the brutes, right? Because it's just kind of my mentality, and so I think of Colossus right away because Colossus is pretty much a normal dude. Now let's take out of it that Colossus turns out to be gay in the comics, okay? I don't want that
I didn't
superpower.
even know that.
He
Fuck
no,
that.
he does, and I think he is in the Deadpool
Kind of,
series as well. Like where you see him,
kind of came
I
out of left field.
I think he is in there too. I don't think they really make a big deal out of it, but I think that he is, because it's a pretty well known thing in the comics. And I obviously don't want
Well,
that.
fuck.
I don't want that superpower, and that really hurt my feelings because Colossus was one of my favorites growing up too, right? Um, but he's a pretty normal dude, like just speaking powers wise, and until he needs to be, and then he just when he turns himself into metal in the comics, he doesn't even need to breathe air. Like he can go into space and be fine. He like his whole body is metal, doesn't need oxygen anymore, or food or anything. He needs nothing. He's literally just there, and is like immensely powerful, like on like world lifting scales in the comic books at points. So that one's a big consideration for me. But I, of course, always end up going back to I kind of just I kind of just want to be the Hulk. And I don't want to be the Hulk where I'm the Hulk and Bruce Banner. I want to be the Bruce Banner that turns into the Hulk, and then the madder you make me, the more I will murder everything around me. That's kind of who I always
Murder a
gravitate to.
motherfucker with another
Well,
motherfucker, dude.
and
I'll
and
do it.
and the Hulk also has a ridiculous healing factor. If you do manage to cut him, he heals almost instantly. There's a point in the comics where the Hulk becomes immortal, and you literally can blow his head off, and it'll grow back. He's
What up,
immortal.
lads?
Hey, pro.
What up?
Hold on,
How's it going?
I'm going over to Discord to turn you down a little bit because you're very, very loud in your car, obviously.
Yes, sir. In the car, just left work.
Cool beans, cool beans. Just chilling. I've been like casually looking for a group. Ain't really found anything. More or less just been sitting here in Theramore in the inn, chatting with. Started out to be Carp. I was chatting with Carp via the stream. Then Chronic was in there in the stream, and then I was sitting and looking for a group, and then oh boy, Cup of Tea, who was a raider in the Drunken Midgets back some fucking expansions ago. I seen him say something in the looking for group channel, and it was a warrior, and it was spelled correctly like the warrior that we knew back in the day. So I sent the message and I said, "Cup of tea, same cup of tea that was in Drunken Midgets and raided with gear and beer." And he instantly whispered me, he said, "Yeah, man, same guy." And so
Oh, nice.
had a long conversation with him via whisper and invited him to the Discord. He didn't stop in yet, but I'm sure that he will over the course of time. Had a long chat with him, and then Ben jumped in Discord while that was happening, and so really this really has just been about a 2 hour just chatting stream at this point.
Nice and chill.
Haven't really done anything, but if I had seen a group that was appetizing, I would have jumped at it. But I haven't seen one yet, and now it's 5, so I don't have a whole hell of a lot more time that I'll be on before I have to go to sleep. I got probably another hour, I'd say another hour and a half, and then I'll be diving off. But if I see anything in that time, I'll jump on it. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and chat for a little bit and enjoy the rest of the evening. At this point now, I'm a little over a bar into 58, and the entire rest of the level is rested EXP.
Damn, nice, nice,
So
nice.
it's just a matter of like if I find a group, man, like for anything right now, it'll be super pimp as long as it's because I need Sunken Temple BFD or upper or lower Spire
Yep,
or also any of the dire malls would be okay.
that's the ones.
Yep. But again, like the later dire malls are 58 to 60. Now I'm 58, so and heals. Same with Scalamanc's and Strathholm. They're 58 to 60. So any of those, if I find a group, I can jump in. And dude, if I can sleep drunk heal a Sunken Temple, if I'm halfway conscious, I should be able to be all right with a decent group in any of those instances.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Well, plus now, I mean, after that day, all of a sudden now I've got all these fucking healing pieces. So
True.
it's super pimp. Like I didn't have, I had a bunch of strength pieces, and now I got a bunch of healing pieces. And so I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a lot more confident in my healing now than I was just a short time ago.
Good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just left work. Fucking long day, so I don't even know if I'm gonna jump on. If I do,
Oh,
it'll be
dude, long
just to
day,
flop around.
long day. You ain't even kidding. Long day. Like right now, you're only about an hour from when you normally get off WoW after coming home, having dinner, hanging with the little one, putting the little one to bed, and then jumping on WoW and playing with me for several hours. So yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
you had a very long day.
yeah. Day started at 6:30 a.m. and ended at 10 a.m. 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Yeah. Breakdown. What do you do?
Sometimes there's nothing you can do, you know.
Uh, it is what it is, as they say.
Yep. And I tell you what, bro, for me lately, it's been every other night I have energy to get on, and every other night I don't. So I'm not gonna promise tomorrow night that I'll be on. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna try to. But like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's been taking it out of me. Now today was a better day. I was
No,
I
good.
I was under control in the department throughout the day today. No extra curveballs were thrown, and we had a good presence throughout, and we did well. Now tomorrow could be a whole different day. We'll see. I'm taking a day as they come, but I
Hey,
will.
sometimes that's how it's got to be, day at a
Yep.
time. Yeah.
I will say this: the next day is my Friday. That day I will be on when I get home, and I will be on late for sure, doing something on some character. That one's a guarantee. That's my Friday night. I'm not pissing that one away.
Yeah. Well, it's only what one. What is that? It's one more night, is it?
Yeah,
Tomorrow night? No,
tomorrow.
night after.
Yeah, the night after. Tomorrow night's my Thursday night, and then after that's my Friday night. So if I don't get on tomorrow night, you'll definitely see me the following. But I'd like to be on the next two nights. So,
Well,
because I mean, dude,
I've got
if
a
I
long
put in,
weekend.
if if
Mondays.
if I put in 3 good nights between now and the time I go back to work next Monday, I should be 60.
Easy.
But it's gonna have to be 3 productive nights, not like this night where I'm just sitting here.
They come with it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But even like when I was 58, I would even spend fucking 2, 3 hours. I know it's boring, but just killing those skeletons in Western Plaguelands, they can't hurt you. You're fucking 58, they're 51, 52. Get a pretty good XP.
You get all
Plus, you
right,
turn
yeah.
those on.
Oh, that's right. I got a bunch of those fucking things to turn in still. I got like 35 of those scourge stones to turn in. And you're right, I could go farm those, and I could probably make a mockery of those things at the level I'm at right now.
Oh, yeah, they'll do nothing to you now.
Yep. Yeah, you're not
Then
wrong.
you get those fucking charms. Turn in 20, that's 550 XP as well.
Uh,
Every 20 you turn in.
really? No
Yeah.
shit, huh? I want to find a damn group. That's what I want to find. I really do. I want to
Oh,
find an instance. Dude, those 2 instances the other night really kind of whet my appetite, especially with some actual for realsies healing gear dropping. You know what I mean? Like that
yeah.
really whet my appetite for doing like higher level stuff. I kind of think I want to raid on this tune. I want to find a group and raid at some
Why
point on this
not?
tune. There's no reason
Why
why
not?
not. There's literally no reason why not. All I gotta do is go in there, not be stupid, you know, and
That's it.
and heal.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, dude, I want to. Like I do, I want to. We'll see what happens. But dude, remember that epic, bro? I can't sell that epic to save my fucking life. I have it up on the auction house right now for 40 gold.
Yeah, the market's dead, man. Market's
Oh,
fucking
it's
dead.
it's toast dead. There's nobody buying. I can't sell anything right now. I'm vendoring basically everything.
I've given up farming because I tried. I farmed a few things, put them on there. Normally they sell every time, no fail, nothing. So I
Yeah,
just
right
sent
now.
it to my bankroll and put them
Yep.
in on the bankroll. And once it picks up, I'll post it. If not,
Yep.
whatever.
Because at some point they're going to have to do something, whether it's combine the realms, or they're going to have to give us some sort of some update. Because otherwise hardcore is going to just die.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I think they should just combine the servers. If they just combine the two servers, I think there's still enough people playing that it would be worth it. But having two servers right now is hurting. It's
Just because
hurting.
season discovery, yeah. And once
Yeah.
give it another couple more weeks, everyone will be back to hardcore again. It happened
Once
last time. It's gonna
one,
happen again.
once everyone's leveled up in season discovery and done the raid a few times where they're geared
Yeah,
up, and as soon as there's dude, it's the age old story. As soon as there's no more shinies to get, a lot of the shiny chasers go away and look for something else, and hardcore scratches that itch because you can do it on any number of characters, and just getting a character to 60 is a feat in and of itself in hardcore.
yeah. The population will pick up again, no doubt.
I disconnected myself from that hose just now because I was gonna go get something, and I don't know what it was because I don't think. Oh, maybe I do need a beer. Okay.
How's the knee holding up? First week
uh,
or second week now?
this is gonna be the second week, and it's doing okay, but dude, it's still swollen at the end of every day, and it's still hurting in the spot where the surgery was pretty significantly throughout all days. I'm having to physically hide a limp at work. Just kind of ignore it. But look, man, you know what, bro? Honestly, it is what it is. If it gets to a point where I can't handle it, I'll do something about it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try to strengthen my leg around it and make it work. I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes. Look, I'm 50. Nothing is gonna just be easy anymore. That's not how it goes at 50.
True.
For the record, I have not had like a whole bunch of beers tonight or anything like that. I am probably gonna have these two more though that I just grabbed.
Originals?
Yeah, dude, that fucking gas station near me that's got the originals is a
That's what
huge
I was gonna
weakness.
say. For sure, you stopped on your way home and got some
I
originals.
fucking did. I fucking did.
I
Yep.
knew it. Fuck.
Dude, nobody else has them. Like, nobody else has them. And this fucking weird ass gas. And now, the first night I stopped in there, I said to you earlier, I've done it twice. I actually think I've done it 3 times because I'm about to out myself. Because when I first stopped in there, when I went to the beer cave, there was 4 12-packs of Coors Original stacked on top of each other. And I took the third one today. So,
Mm.
so that actually, I just kind of told on myself a little bit then, because that means I'm on my third 12-pack in 2 weeks. That's actually more than I've been drinking recently by a fair bit. So maybe I need to think about that a little bit.
Third 12 pack. Oh, that's pretty much it.
So that's
Yeah,
a case and a half in 2 weeks.
yeah.
And now that's including a weekend, obviously, where I sat at home. So, but that's still a little much. That's still I what really exasperated that though was the drunken night the other night, where I passed out. I mean, because I think I put down like 18 or 19 that night.
Yeah, you haven't done that for a while.
No, I haven't.
Last time you did that was your 24-hour stream and you wake up with, what was that, fucking something to do with your toe or something? Or your something?
Oh well, when I no I, that night I had like fuck, I think it was 30, 34 or 37 beers.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah, it was a stupid amount. Yeah, and then I ended up with gout in my toe for like,
Yes, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That actually that gout actually delayed my surgery by about 2 months.
Dang.
Yep. But I'm monitoring closely the feelings in my feet to make sure nothing is happening, and I'm not excessively drinking. I promise I'm not. Nor will I start to, because that's not the life that I'm trying to live. I've done that in the past. I don't need to prove how many beers I can have anymore. It's not about that life, you know.
Nothing wrong with smashing a couple after work.
And that's kind of been the mentality. I've been, obviously, I've been obviously a little bit stressed at work, and it hasn't been the days where I've had bad days at work that I've wanted beers. It's been the days where I've come home feeling accomplished, like I did a good job and things ended well. Those are the days I usually want to have a beer because I feel good about myself. You know what I mean? It's always been there.
But
When I feel good about myself, that's when I kind of want to have a beer and be like, yeah, man, you deserve a beer tonight. You
it's like
know,
you're rewarding yourself with the beer.
that's exactly correct. I'm still looking for that spider, man. Where's that mother flower at? I know he's around here somewhere. To find his ass. He's probably going to come bite me again when I'm sleeping. Because I think I'm smart. Man, I wish I could have found the damn dungeon tonight.
No, there's always tomorrow night, mate.
Yeah, no big deal.
Like I said, whichever way you get there, you just get there, mate.
They just
Questing, dungeons, whatever you want.
dungeons are just so damn fun.
But yeah, and they give a fucking shitload of XP too. So
Yeah, it's just so much more fun than questing. And like how anti dungeon I was too. But you kind of broke me of it a little bit with you broke me of it a little bit with ZF. Like you and I hit ZF quite a few times, and I think
yeah, we did.
you got me in there one time where it was like I was fucking super low for it.
Yeah, it was. I remember that.
If memory serves.
Yeah, we started questing. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna do a ZF. You're like, man, you need to give me at least like an hour notice for this kind of shit. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. We're going now.
I feel like that's exactly how it went down.
He's like, I just logged on. I'm trying to settle in, and you give me
That
no notice. I'm like, I gave you notice. We're going to ZF. That's your notice.
that
Let's go.
sounds that's to be honest, that sounds exactly like what I remember.
Yeah, it wasn't far off.
I bet it wasn't. But we got through all those, and it gave me extra confidence. And dude,
Dungeons are good.
getting through a BRD, that one was a huge confidence boost. That one was the reason why Drunken Nate decided to take that Sunken Temple on, because I thought if I can get through BRD, then Sunken Temple surely I can get through. But
I think I did 3 sunken temples from 58 to 60.
no kidding, no kidding.
Yeah. And plus, obviously, there's the quest in there,
If
class quest.
if I could get the a Sunken Temple, I just need a couple more feathers to finish that quest. I need one amber and one green, and then I finish that quest, and the reward is a pretty pimp blue ring,
Fuck yeah. And the XP on top of that.
and also a gold and a half and the XP. Yeah. And I don't know what that Might Stone is. I don't know if that's a one-time use thing or if that's something I can use over and over. I have no idea. To wait and see on that one. Looking for 3 more Scalamance.
There you go. So healer right here.
Where the fuck is Scalamance at?
Eastern Plaguelands, I think. Eastern or West.
Bam! Instant invite. Oh shit. Yeah, I got kicked immediately. They're looking for 60s. You're close. Procon, you're close to home because you're robot, I can tell.
Oh, hell.
I don't know why it's monitoring all these other channels. It's annoying me. Well, I wonder what old Gold Spark died to. Oh, nothing fun. Look at that, the death log, man. Just it's the amount of people that die. Like there's a 33 to start it, but then 8, 16, 18, 12, 10, 16, 9, 9, 17, 18, 14, 12, 9, 5, 18, 15, 9, 9. Couple of ones, whatever. 9, 17. Like, nobody even making it to 20, dude. One dude on the first page that made it past 20, and he was the 33 that just died. Like, that's ludicrous to me. When Cold Spark said he DC'd and got killed. He said he was in a tough spot, had a high level helping him. Both DC'd. He survived. He did not. The high level survived. He did not. It's two people complaining of a DC death today in the chat. In fact, it was somebody complaining about a DC death that made me notice Cup of Tea, because Cup of Tea called it bad performance. And I was like, hey, I know that guy. Yeah, I think it's too late for me to join a group tonight anyway. Tomorrow's another night. Where's my lighter? I lost. I found it. It's under my nuts. That's where it was, quite literally, under my nuts. I know that sounds terrible, right? But, like, who doesn't stick their fucking lighter, like, between your legs? Like, just, and I mean, look, I'm sorry, you can put it off to the side. I mean, I guess you could, like, slide it under your actual leg, but for me, it always goes straight back under my nuts. You want to borrow my lighter? I want a new bot, and I was looking for a new bot earlier, like, because Tatsumaki breaks my heart, because you do the slash top right, and like, obviously, Tim deserves to be on top, right? Because like, he has without a doubt been like the biggest contributor to all chat in Discord over the course of a period of time, and I definitely deserve to be second. You definitely deserve to be on the list, but the whole rest of the list is people who have either been kicked from or are just not active in the guild anymore. And it just, like, that just annoys the living shit out of me that you can't, like, once people are removed, you can't remove them from that list, right? It just annoys the shit out of me. But I can't bring myself to kick Tatsumaki because I feel like Tim especially and myself would like they'd be like kicking ourselves in the nuts because like the amount of contributions we've made are immense. I think the numbers when I last checked, which was earlier today, were I don't think I know, and I can look. Tim has 204,435, and I have 182,824. Like, that's a lot. But the next person on the list is Crimit with 74,400. And I would love to remove that. Then there's someone who it doesn't, it just shows the numbers, so they've been gone for a long time. Then, like, I'm okay with Fro still being on there. Then, of course, comes you. And then there's BC, and I'm okay with BC still being on there. Those are people that, like, may still eventually even log into our Discord and speak with us. But then comes Lily. She doesn't belong on there. And then there's two numbers, which are people that, you know, are no longer even probably on Discord. So I would love to be able to remove the ones that are inactive and or removed. If I could do that, that would fucking just absolutely make my fucking world. That would make Tatsumaki that much better for me. Just can't do that. I don't believe. I've looked up like commands and shit, and it doesn't appear that I can do that. I don't even think kicking it and re-inviting it would reset it. I think you'd still end up with the same numbers. I remember the point where me, you, and Tim were like all at like 20,000 points all at the same time, and we were like 1, 2, 3 in the Tatsumaki. And then there came a point where Tim and I were like really fucking duking it out, and you were just like, I ain't got time for all that, and just kind of quit as far as like competing for the Tatsumaki lead. And then me and Tim took off, and then he took a lead, and then I took a lead, and he took a lead, and I took a lead, and right now he's got a decent lead. And I ain't doing a whole hell of a lot of typing. Every now and again, I'll put songs. I've been trying to go back to doing my dailies like every day and like doing a fortune or something like that. It's a couple points a day, but it's very minimal at best. It ain't like it used to be where we were doing, nights where we would play fucking song after song after song after song after song for fucking hours on end. Ben, you still there? Okay, buddy. I didn't think so. I'm dipping on out. Where's my thingy? Where's my thingy bobber? I'm dipping on out.